with you today to talk to you and show you 5 simple steps for beginners on using Ableton on how to create a drum beat. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as I can, just to show you that it's not actually too difficult to make a drum beat or anything really complex, and I'll show you how you can progress through it and how you can kind of make it a song just from a starting point. Before I get into it, just remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found it useful, and if you have any comments, please comment below. Would love to know what you thought of this. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so first of all, you open up a new project, and whenever you open up Ableton, it kind of looks like this. So the way you do it is just file and then new live set, but you'll know that anyway. Okay, so let's get into it. So step 1, create a MIDI track. Now when you open up Ableton already, you already have 2 MIDI tracks and 2 audio tracks. And now there's a little mic track obviously for myself, but you can either create a new MIDI track, and the way you do that is you go up to where it says create up here, and then click insert MIDI track, and it inserts a new one right there, right next to the one that you've been selected. Or there's a quicker way of doing it, which is with a command, which is Command Shift T, and there's another one there. So on Ableton 9.7 it automatically colors the tracks just to make it easier for you, so I'm just going to delete these. So we've just got the one MIDI track, and I'll get rid of these other audio tracks. So we've just got the one MIDI track going on here. Now step 2, add a drum rack. Now a drum rack is the instrument used to play the drums. So the way you do that is you go over to the left here in the finder bar and you select drums. Now what you've got here is loads of different kits that have either come with Ableton, depending on which version you have, and a couple that I've made myself. And it's also got the drum rack here, so if you double click on this, it'll bring up the drum rack, or you could alternatively drag it over. Step 3, the drum selection. So here, once you've got your MIDI track and you've got your drum rack set up, this is essentially just a blank template ready to play. However, you need your sounds and you need your drums. So here's where you make your selection of what drums you'd like to use. So once you click the drum section up here like you did to add the drum rack, you'll see it's got loads of different kits. So you've got kit 606, as you can hear, 7, loads of different kits to use. Now, there's alternatives that you can do to add drums. So first of all, you could double click on this or drag it. So let's just choose the 808 kit. Drag this down to the drum rack here, and automatically it gives you all the drums that are inside the sound. So for example, there's the kick here, or the rim, or the snare, or the clap. So you've got all different drums in here straight away, and this is a good way just to get straight into it. Step 4, create a MIDI clip. So the next step is where we actually start making our drum sequence. Now a drum sequence is the arrangement of which drums play where. Now the way you do that is you have to make something called a MIDI clip. So because this is a MIDI track, we create this thing called a MIDI clip, which you put and program where the drums you want to play and when. So the way to do that in this Ableton view here is you double click on this box up here, and it creates a rectangle around this sort of region here and a little play button. Now when you go down here, obviously the view of the drums have changed. To go back to the drums, you simply click back on the kit, double click, and it gives you back to the drums. So we're going to go back on the MIDI clip here. Now here you can see on the left, you've got all the different drums you've got, except they're on the piano keys. Now the piano keys doesn't mean that they'll be playing in, for example, C or D. It just means that they have to be triggered from a certain key. So for example, if I hit C, I'm using my MIDI keyboard, so I'm hitting C and it's playing the 808 kick. And then if I play, for example, E, it's playing the clave, and the F is the tom. So that's how it's triggered. Now, you don't have to have a MIDI keyboard like I did. There's a way that you can put in these notes manually, just with your mouse.